Dear student, today I will discuss the main point of the story. Madam rides the bus. So see here, Bully was an 8-year-old girl. This is the first point. Next is the most fascinating thing for her was the bus that traveled between her village and the nearest town. Next point, she wanted to ride the bus. Next is she made an elaborate planning and saved 60 paise, the both ways fare of the bus. Next is the bus conductor stretched out his hand to help her, but Valli could get on by herself. Next point is the conductor was fond of joking and called her madam. The bus started with a roar and Wally was constantly looking outside. Next point is the conductor asked her to sit down as she had paid for her seat. Next point is she took her seat and an elderly woman sat beside her. Next is the old woman was very repulsive and the smell of the beetle she was chewing offended Valli. Next is the old woman asked why Valli was traveling alone. Next point is Valli asked her not to bother about her. Next point is suddenly a young cow came running very fast in the middle of the road. Next point is the driver sounded his horn loudly, but the more he horned, the more frightened the animal would become. Next is Wally laughed at the scene until tears came in her eyes. Next is her destination had come. The driver asked Wally to get off the bus. Next point is Wally handed 30 paise coins to the driver and told him that she was going back on the same bus. Next point is the conductor was surprised. He offered a free cold drink to her. Next point is Wally firmly but politely rejected the offer. Next is he asked if her mother wouldn't be looking for her. Next is on her return journey, she saw the same cow lying dead by the side of the road. Next is the memory of the dead cow haunted her and she was no longer looking outside. Next point is she reached her village at 3:40 p.m. Next is she wished and hoped to see the driver again. Next, she found her mother awake and talking to one of her aunts. Next is her aunt was a chatterbox. And last point is Wally agreed that many things were happening outside without their knowledge. So these are the main point of this lesson. Now I will discuss the character sketch of Wally Ammamai. See here, she emerged as a very clever, sensitive, self respecting, and fun loving girl. She was just 8 years old. She was a determined girl with a commanding nature. She was very curious about things. Her favorite pastime was standing in the front doorway of her house. She was mature, clever, and practical beyond her years. Saving 60 paise was not an easy job for a girl of her age. She was determined to resist any temptation that came in her way. Wally didn't like being called a madam or a child. She was a great planner and planned things after knowing all necessary details about them. So this is the character sketch of Valyamma Mai.